Hey there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and in today's podcast, we're going to be talking all about some finished objects, some upcoming whips, and of course, yarn. So stay tuned right here. Welcome to my channel, and welcome. Remember I told you about this mug that was a changing color mug? Is this not adorable? It's called Northern Lights. It's by David's Tea, and when you add the hot water to it, it changes color. So it's like all dark, and then it kind of changes color. So today's tea of the day is just peachy. I've kind of felt in a peachy mood. So it smells so good. It's got this nice little, let's see if I can show you. It's got this little steeper thingy like this. So I put my tea in there. And then as the mug warms up, my little polar bears are sitting with the Northern Lights. Isn't that cute? I do love this very much. So I got my little tea going on here. And I take my strainer out. How you guys all doing? Are you staying warm? Are you staying dry? It seems like, and I could be wrong, but doesn't it seem like winter is lasting a little long? Like winter is kind of like ticked off at us for something? Because it just seems like it's a little bit more severe than usual. And it's like lasting a long time. And I don't know, but I'm kind of over it. I got to tell you, I'm over it. You guys, I'm sure, are over it. And let's see, we're almost through February, almost starting in March. And the very beginning of April, the Brit and I are starting our first big trip of the year. We got 4 big trips coming up, which I'll tell you as they come up. But this is the first one. We're going to be taking a 15-day cruise from Los Angeles all the way over to Fort Lauderdale during the total solar eclipse, which I'm really excited about, and I'm hoping to bring it to you guys live. That would be cool, right? Comment below if you are going to be in a place where you can see the total solar eclipse, if you're interested in the solar eclipse, like eclipse, if you don't even know what I'm talking about. Comment below about that too. Anyways, we're going to be traveling. That's going to be somewhere over in Mexico. So I think we're going to be stopping in like Cancun. No, Cabo San Lucas, and then Huatulco, Mexico. Then we're going to be going, and I don't remember the exact order, so you're going to have to forgive me on this one. We're going through the Panama Canal. We've got the solar eclipse, then the Panama Canal. Then I think we're going to Cartagena, Colombia, which we've been there before. We went there last year. I loved that place. So many cool like artisan crafts and beads and all different stuff. So I'll definitely be showing you some of that. We're also going to Costa Rica. And I think there's like one more place. Oh, and we're going to the Grand Cayman where we got married like almost 5 years ago. So it's going to be fun. And then we're going to end in Fort Lauderdale, but on the way back, we're going to stop in Nashville where this chick lived for about 12 years. And he, the Brit, has never ever seen Nashville. So we're going to spend a week there. I'm a little nervous. I think it'll be okay. Not nervous, but I lived there from 1990 to 2002-ish. I got married there. I had my kiddo there. I worked in the music business there. And then I got divorced, kept the kiddo, moved back to California. But I haven't really been back since then. And I know it's changed a heap. My friends are like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe the change. And I don't like change. I like things to stay the same. We have a stadium here in town. It was called Jack Murphy Stadium for as long as I can remember. Then it was turned into Qualcomm. And it's like, I don't like change. Stay the way it is. I liked Nashville when I was there in like 1990. I don't like, and they're like, oh, it's the bars and country music. And I get it. I worked in the business. That's fine. But I'm like, I liked it the way it was. Small and cute and quaint and little old mom and pop village, like, antique stores and vintage stores and, not all the glitz and glamour and the whole Nash Vegas thing. So we'll see if I change my mind about it. Actually had a place in a little town just south of Nashville called Franklin, which was really adorable. And I'm kind of hoping that stays the same. Anyway, so we'll see. But that's all in April. You'll be hearing a lot more about that because I got to come up with projects to take with me on the ship and in Nashville. And, that's a whole thing. Anywho, but I wanted to show you my progress on what I'm doing. And you know what? I'm getting kind of like slim on my whips. I've only got currently 3 going on, 2 knit and 1 crochet. And the knit one I should have it done in a week. The crochet one was this, the larkspur blanket. And I just got to wrap my head around it again. I just don't like the yarn personally. And I could probably finish this easily in a week. So maybe I'll try to get that finished. I don't know. It's okay. It's all right. I'm just like, I just don't like the yarn. This is that Wonder Yarn from Furls, and it splits and it's fuzzy and anyways. So I'll finish it just because I got to finish it. Then I got to get some more going on. I'm like, I got to get another crochet project going on. But let me show you first the Harry Styles cardigan. Now I get it that this thing was popular like 3 years ago. So I'm a little behind the curve. But hey, I had all this yarn and I was like, oh my God, that's perfect for this yarn. So whatever, we'll now call it the vintage Harry Style cardigan. That'd work. And so I'm doing a tutorial on this. So I'm doing it in knit, right? All these knit stitches, which is like super, super simple. I mean, these are like basic knit stitches. If you've never knitted, you could totally do this. Totally do this. But I did find something on Pinterest where someone made the cardigan, but they did it in crochet. So I'm going to include a picture here that you can kind of get an idea. And I was talking about it as I do the knit stitches. I'm like, okay, in my tutorial, you could do, like a back loop only, or a back front loop only, or back loop only here. Or you could do a basket weave stitch, or you could do a single crochet, or a herringbone. I mean, you could do all different stitches and make it look, or just kind of do your own thing, which I kind of started doing my own thing. Let me pull it out here. So as I was going through this, I was like, ooh, am I going to run out of yarn? Am I going to have a little bit of like yarn chicken going on here? Not sure, but I did finish the back. So this is the back here, and I stitched it all together. Now, these little strings that are hanging out, these guys, I'm going to trim them down so they're not going to be as long, but that is the idea. You're supposed to have it's supposed to be very kind of like freeform and maybe slightly sloppy looking or whatever. So I've tied them all together in little knots, and then at the end I'll go through and trim them and do something whatever. But as I started realizing like, oh gosh, I might be running out of yarn, it occurred to me, boom, like an epiphany the other day. I had this yarn. Now this actually might be the oldest yarn in my stash. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like there's yarn I have that I got in like estate sales that's old, but this might be one of the very first skeins that I ever bought for myself. And I have like 4 skeins of this. And it is from Cascade Yarns. It's Superwash merino wool, which is what this is what this guy is, right? And I was looking at the colors and the weight's the same. And I was like, wait, hold the phone. Now, okay, look at these colors. It's got reds, orange, rusts, yellows, like all the colors, all of it coming through here. Same weight, same fiber content, which are the 2 things, if you're going to be mixing yarn, that I think you really need to keep. You got to keep the weight the same, because otherwise the stitches are going to get kind of wonky and it's going to look a little weird. And you got to keep the fiber content the same so that when you wash it or you do anything, the fibers are going to act the same. You know what I mean? Because otherwise it's going to be a big old mess. This stuff fits the bill. And I had the 4 skeins, and I've literally been holding on to this for, I don't know, 8 years, something along those lines. And I was like, oh, hold on. And I wanted to kind of notice how I did some, what they call this jacquard, right here. And I did it a couple other places. And then here, I was like, I'm going to do my own thing. So I did like this kind of a checkerboard thing going on here. I thought, wait, if I use this yarn, I don't even have to do that. I just have to like add it in. And so I was so excited. I was like, oh, I can't wait to show you guys. So this is the back, which I showed you. Okay. And it goes like that. This part up here on the top is a little bit shorter. These are like 14 centimeters. These are supposed to be 12 centimeters because the cardigan, the collar is going to go across the top here, and it's going to go like around the back. So this is the back of it. Now I'm working on the sides, but I wanted to show you. So here's one of the sides. It's, I think, the right panel. So using the green, and I just, you know what? I just even did my own little thing here. I was like, I don't care, because it's literally whatever you want to do. So I did some stocking knit here. I did a little bit of weird ribbing. I did like whatever here, right? Here is the yarn in just basic stocking knit. So, right, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. But I love how the colors are coming through. And it's because you're doing it that way, it does tend to roll to curl, but it's fine because when you sew them together, like I did here, it flattens itself out right there. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Ooh, design element. See, so that's not even like a problem, but it does tend to roll, but that's fine. When you're sewing it, you just grab a hold of the edge right here and then it just pulls itself right out. But I thought that looked really cool. And it's got that total variegated and pattern look. Then on this panel, I used the same yarn, but I just did this in basic like knit, 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 knit across. So then you get that total. It's pretty cool. This one here, you knit and purl back and forth, and you get that real good, you know, what people think of when they think of knit, right? You get that really cool pattern. This one here, same stitch count, same thing. The only thing I did was I just knitted back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I never purled, and you get this. So same yarn, same size square, but two totally different looks. If you haven't seen them like side by side, I thought that was pretty cool to show the diff. Anyhow, so I'm like, okay, like that's a cool pattern. I love how this is working out. And I think I have like 4 skeins. So I probably even have more than I need now, but it's going to be done soon. I should have this done hopefully by next week to show you guys. Hopefully I do. And I ordered these really cool buttons on Amazon that are like, they look like Indian nickels. They have the Indian face on them, but they're kind of like a patine-ish look. I was like, these look awesome. I think on this, they just used plain old black plastic buttons. I was like, no, I don't think so. This is gonna be really cool. And this yarn, this is the Swish Bulky from We Crochet. It is so soft. Like I'm working with this. I'm like, this is gonna be so soft and fun to work with and fun to wear. But it is 100% superwash merino wool. And despite what the weather is doing, we are getting into warmer weather. So this is going to be one of the last wool thicker projects that I'm going to be creating. I am going to, because somebody was like, okay, we're getting into like, you know, summer. What do you do for DK? What do you use? So I'm going to be doing some lighter like tank top kind of things. And I found a really nice DK yarn from Lion's Brand, which I will be reviewing. I haven't tried it. It's new from Lion's Brand, but it's linen. I think it's like linen and maybe silk, and it's got like 3 different fibers going on, maybe cotton bamboo or something like that, but it looks really, really nice and super fun, and it's new at Lion's Brand. So when that comes in, I'll be showing you that, but it's really nice and drapey and one of those nice cooler fabrics. So no wool for the summer, but you know, a little bit lighter. Anyway, so I was like so excited that I mean, how many years? Actually, I said 8. It hasn't been 8. It's been longer. It's been more like 11. Like 11 years. How the time flies, I don't even know. Like 11 years that I have had this yarn sitting just like this, just looking for a home. And I was like, yes, you have been, friend. This is your home right here. I love it. So I'm very excited about that. Should have this finished for you by next week. I get a little bit squirrely when I start getting towards the end of a project where I'm like, I kind of go, I get kind of attention deficit where I start looking at other projects. So, oh, I want to do that. I want to start that. I want to do that. Right. And I still have some new spring yarns from that we found at Michael's a while back that I haven't used. Specifically this guy, these Karen Cake Cinnamon Swirls. And I was like, okay, these are super cute, super fun. It is acrylic. I'm not usually an acrylic sweater fan, because I prefer the feeling of it like an actual fiber, but you know, that's okay. That's fine. But I have 4 cakes of this guy. And I thought, I have to do something with them. And I don't just want to do like a kerchief scarf, because that's only going to use like 1, and I want to put it all together. So I have 1 skein of this one, which is called Jam Swirl. This is a weight of 4, super basic, 100% acrylic. Yeah, 100% acrylic, but I really loved the colors and all that stuff. So I got Jam Swirl. Then I got, I think this was Berry Twist. This is Berry Twist. And then these were called, I think, Strawberry Swirl or something like that. Yep, Strawberry Swirl. See, I got the names memorized. I just got to do something with them. But I found a pattern, a crochet pattern as a cardigan. I was like, this could actually be really cute. And so I'm going to start on that this week, and I'm hopefully going to like finish it. It looks super easy and super simple. So if I don't have it done this week, I'll have it done like next week. And yeah, I do work as well as crochet. People are like, do you even work full time? I do actually work full time, but I'm doing this like pretty much on the weekends and every night for sure. Anyway, so these are the 3 colors I'm working with here. I got 2 of this guy and then 1 of these 2. So I'll probably like start with this, move into these 2 colors, and then end with this one. It's probably how I'm going to do it. And then what I'm probably going to do is, because the pattern I found is going to be, it has a collar and it's easy. It's like, I'm going to do a cardigan. I can also do it in a sweater, but I was like, I want to do a cardigan. It's going to go 18 here and then like 36 here. That's like 36, 36, 18, 18. So 18 on this panel, 18 on this panel, 18 on the, here's, and then 36 across the back. I think that's how it worked out. Single crochet, and then you just double crochet it all the way around. And then I'm just going to be doing like a granny stripe. So that should be super simple. And I'm just going to let the yarn do what it do, I'm not going to try to cut it. I'm just going to let the yarn do what it do, because I saw somebody who used this yarn and made something. I was like, that's not what I thought it was going to look like. It looks better than I thought it was going to look. So I think it's going to have a really cool flow and a really cool transition. So I'm excited, and I'm going to get these guys done because I want to show you how they work up. And then what I'll probably do, I'm not sure about the color yet, but I'll just use either like my Schitt's Creek here, or this is a Pound of Love. So one of these colors, maybe, it's what I have to do the collar, because the collar I'm going to do solid, right? The borders, and then around the cuffs, and then the rest of it's going to have all the fancy color and stuff like that. So I don't know what color I'm going to use. I know that I've got this color picked up in here in the pink there, but I've also got that lavender color. So I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned, and then you can see what I end up going with. Yeah, I'm excited about that guy, but it's going to be crochet. Very, very, very happy about that. And the other thing, what have I got going on? Oh, so I told you I'm making stitch markers. Got these cute little guys. I thought they're so cute. Knit for Brains, right? Can you guys see that? And it's a little brain. And a little tiny wool brain, or a little brain. And I have some yarn balls. So I'm going to make these little stitch keepers, knit for brains. So that's what I got going on right now. There's so many things I've got coming up. I've got an order coming in from We Crochet that may or may not include some yarn for the Brit to be making him a new sweater. I've got some books that are coming in, one that is just being released, a couple of those that are being released. So those are going to be coming in. And I just signed up with the Annie's Crochet Club, or the Annie's, I think they have knit and crochet craft clubs, all that kind of stuff. I got this bag here. And so I'm going to be doing a video this week about opening this guy, taking a look, seeing what's going on, and seeing what these kit clubs are like. And let me know, have you ever done a kit club before? Do you like them? Do you find they're useful? I'm excited because I'm going to be learning a stitch that I haven't learned before. And once a month, they send you the yarn and what you need for that particular month, for that particular stitch. So that's going to be part of my whips as I keep on moving through. All right, well, that's what I got for right now. But, I have stuff coming through all of the time. Let me know about the Harry Styles cardigan. This guy over here. Tell me what you think. I'm really digging the colors. Very much digging the colors. I think they all go really, really well together. It's funky, but it's like kind of cool, hip, funky. Like, I will absolutely wear this. I'm excited to see how it all turns out, and then I'm going to press it and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll also be showing you the cardigan tutorial that I'm going to be doing for these Karen cakes, these cinnamon swirl guys. All right, more fun to come. This is just a little intro as to what's coming up this week. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. This is my channel. I'm here every week, and I hope you are too. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my episodes. But make sure you also like and share with your friends, and maybe comment below and tell me what's going on with you, and just sort of let's have a dialogue. So thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.